Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And here we have, making his way to the cage, Scrappy-Doo, Daniel Cobos. 5'4", 26 years of age, representing Elite MMA from Veracruz, Mexico. How do you like that, Clay?
And I tell you what, any guy that's willing to call himself Scrappy-Doo and then get into a fist fight, he's got to have some heart and got to have some fight in him. He asked him what the game plan was. He put it very simply: drown the man, drown him, put pressure on him. I mean, how simple can it get? Scrappy-Doo wants to get in a fight. I think he's going to come out here and get in a fight tonight.
From Veracruz, Mexico, you have to assume that he's likely a huge fan of Mexican legend Julio Cesar Chavez, and that representing that Mexican fighting spirit. There you see him, Daniel Cobos, and he is ready for action.
Yeah, no circling the ring, went right to his corner, ready to swing.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent makes his way to the cage, representing ACS Martial Arts, Nicolas.
There you see him, Chris Nicolas, 5'10", 29 years of age, has been training for the last 3 years from Guam, looking for his first mixed martial arts victory here tonight. And Clay, I was talking with his head coach, Drew Radicek, prior to the event. He was saying that the majority of San Nicolas's losses were at the heavier weights on short notice. Very proud individual, goes by the nickname Bobak when he serves in the Coast Guard. So tough individual in Chris Nicolas, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. How interesting that that Cobos said he wants to drown him, and San Nicolas served in the Coast Guard. What an interesting little fact there. But I tell you what, man, you talk about those losses coming at heavier weight classes, and this isn't a catchweight bout. People like this, as fans, we like to do this thing where we see 0-3, we say that's a winless fighter. That's not a winless fighter. That's a guy with experience. He's got 3 losses, but he's been in 3 fights. And that's something that could be invaluable here in this type of an environment here.
There you see him, Chris Nicolas, Bobak, ready for action.
Our 7th fight of the evening is being brought to us by Ashley King Properties, and is scheduled for 3 rounds of 3 minutes each, and the 140-pound catchweight division. Introducing first on my left, fighting out of the zero fight corner, blue corner, 5 feet 5 inches tall, he weighed in at 140 pounds. His record, 0-0, debuting this evening and fighting out of Veracruz, Mexico, by way of Houston, Texas, Daniel Cobos. And across the cage on the right, fighting out of the Valerie Delgado Insurance red corner. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, so official weight 140 pounds. His record stands no wins against 3 defeats. Fighting out of Guam, by way of Lamar, Texas, Chris Nicolas.
This opening round is brought to you by Mainland City Center, as we have Chris Nicolas, Daniel Cobos, Scrappy-Doo. And this 140-pound matchup is officially underway. Southpaw versus conventional matchup.
Yeah, right away, it's how do you solve the southpaw puzzle? It's always something I'm curious to see what fighters do.
San Nicolas standing in the southpaw stance, for those of you at home. One with the red tape, representing the red corner. Has a 6-inch height advantage over Scrappy-Doo.
Yeah, it looks like Cobos has decided that the best way to solve it is to just bite down and come forward.
As we saw in an earlier fight, that overhand right can be money. Gonna be a little bit more trickier against a southpaw fighter.
No doubt, Nicolas probably needs to look to set up his left straight, a la Conor McGregor style. Especially the way Cobos is just coming forward with these, just swinging shots.
And conversely, that's what Cobos needs to do, as that straight down the middle is open for him as well.
Absolutely.
So who can land who's first? And Nicolas, the longer of the two
there
fighters.
It is!
Boom! Wow, you called it, Clay. And Cobos now with his head caught underneath.
Yeah, the southpaw left straight is a staple since the early days of striking martial arts.
Cobos there looking for some dirty boxing. Recovered well from that shot. What a beard on this man. Got that Aztec warrior spirit.
Absolutely. Cobos now is actually looking to move his lead foot outside. That'll help set up his straight a little bit better. Look at the movement, moving to the side, trying to get the foot outside of the southpaw. That's a very smart move there.
Mexican fighters have a history of being blood and guts and just moving forward, swinging away, a la Arturo Gatti, Julio Cesar Chavez, you name it. Daniel Cobos from Veracruz, Mexico. I say Gatti. Gotti's an Italian fight. What a dork.
It happens, man. It happens.
But I say blood and guts. He's one of the first guys I think of.
I got you, man. I got you. Oh, again! Left straight from the southpaw. Looking to finish the fight. It's Cobos pressuring into the hips, trying to turn this into a grappling match, Todd.
Cobos, can he finish that single? He's in trouble. But that's buying him valuable time to get his composure back. Nicolas needs to stay on top of him.
I tell you, the southpaw left straight is dangerous, and the other thing about it is it can make your man duck his head into high kicks. Left straight again.
That left straight has been money all night for San Nicolas.
Walking down, creating pressure. With the way,
1-2, just under 10 seconds left. Go ahead, Clay, sorry.
With the way Cobos is ducking his head, watch for maybe a high kick. We saw the uppercut attempt there.
And this round comes to a close. I'm gonna blame that Arturo Gatti flub and calling him a Mexican fighter on our buddy Chris Ortiz, Clay. That's Chris Ortiz's fault on that one. So.
Yeah, definitely want to put the blame on Chris there.
I'm gonna bury him tonight. So all of my problems are his fault. So nonetheless, back to what we got going on, as pretty easy round to score there, Clay.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We talked about solving the southpaw puzzle. Cobos tried to move a little bit and get his lead foot. Again, fighting a southpaw is about lead foot positioning. How do you move to set up your jab and set up your straights? He tried to get outside of the lead foot, but unfortunately, San Nicolas able to get inside, throw the left right over the top of that guard, and pin him down, dropping him twice in the first round. I gotta think that's probably a 10-8 round there.
The ACS train, Chris San Nicolas, there with Nico Echeverri, one of my favorite fighters to watch. And Drew Radicek in his corner, so he's got some great instruction behind him. But Cobos, Scrappy-Doo, he's living up to that name. He's got a lot of heart.
Yeah, no doubt, still in this fight. Here as we get ready to start the second round.
The second round brought to you by United Way Galveston County Mainland. Check them out at uwgcm.org.
And Cobos is trying to move to his left, keep his foot on the outside so he doesn't get caught with that straight. San Nicolas doing a good job, though, of keeping his back to that side of the cage.
Inside leg kick there for Cobos. Answered back with a body shot there from Nicolas. And he is just swinging away now.
And Nicolas needs to be careful, though. He is leaving his chin out on a lot of these swings. He needs to punch straight. It's that straight that he's had the most success with.
And you know what that says, Clay? That says he's getting more comfortable, just letting his guard down a little bit and just swinging away for it.
Absolutely.
It's surprising because ACS is known for producing some of the best grapplers that we've seen here in the Houston fight area. And that San Nicolas has been very savvy with his striking here tonight.
Yeah, no doubt. Did you see what Cobos tried to do there? He's using his lead foot to get behind the foot of San Nicolas to set up his right straight. That's actually very clever. Maybe cause a trip in the process. Watch the lead foot when he swings this right. He's trying to set up a foot sweep at the same time.
As we see San Nicolas with the head movement. And now Cobos running those punches right down the middle, closing the gap, and let's see if he can score a takedown from this body clinch position.
Yeah, we can hear Scrappy Doo saying, yeah, let me at him here against this cage. He's trying to turn this from a technical striking bout into a fight.
Over underhook position now for both fighters. San Nicolas using that left underhook to prevent Cobos from going any lower.
Todd, I gotta wonder if maybe San Nicolas is a little bit gassed. I saw him kind of look up at the clock there. He might have tired himself out throwing some of those punches, trying to finish the fight there.
29-year-old out of Guam.
And breathing with his mouth open here.
Serves in the Coast Guard. There's a lot of experience under his belt. This is his first fight in over a year. His last fight was in September of 2021 against Alan Reyes. Has that time off, giving him a little bit extra time to find them sea legs.
And Cobos is staying in it. He said he wants to drown the big man. We're seeing it here. He's staying on him, trying to drag this fight to the ground.
Tell you what, Clay, he was working hard for that takedown, and that really sucks whenever it doesn't pay off.
Yeah, and I just saw San Nicolas at the same time go, ooh, big breath there.
It's going to be an interesting round to score.
I think I might give it to Cobos. That first round was probably a 10-8. Cobos is turning this into a scrap, though, as his name has advertised.
And remember at home, ladies and gentlemen, we are loosely scoring this as we are watching it. But if you had to ask me, maybe it's treat this fight as a one apiece. Whoever wins this next round is likely going to be the winner of the fight.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're not judges, we're just watching. But man, so far, after that first round and then the second round, I give it to Cobos. But I tell you, and I might be wrong, I might be misreading it, but I really think San Nicolas might be a little bit gassed there. I'm very curious what Scrappy Doo does coming out.
And then from this at home, if you look on that table, you see those gloves on the table, the blue, gold, and red. Those are going to be given from Zero Fight Gear later tonight for our Fight of the Night winners and Fighter of the Night. So it's going to be interesting to see some great fights here tonight, as you are enjoying a catchweight matchup between San Nicolas, and Daniel Cobos. Elevate Fighting Championship from Texas City. This third round brought to you by Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, Texas City. We are underway, guys. Let's see who wants it more.
And the problem with MMA, every round starts standing, so you've got to resolve this puzzle.
San Nicolas, impressive thus far with those straight lefts and striking ability. Low blow there. Referee JJ Ferrara quickly calls the timeout. They give the fighters up to a 5-minute break if they need it to get their bearings back after a foul like that.
Yeah, and unfortunately that just tends to happen. You've got two guys swinging with those kicks to the midsection. Unfortunately, especially with the taller fighter, his midsection kind of comes up a little higher, and sometimes you just come off target.
You know, people at home may question frequently about, like, hey, aren't these guys wearing cups? But depending on what type of cup you're wearing, sometimes those cups do move around, and so it might be in place at the start of the matchup and then move, and then when somebody kicks you there, it gets edged up into your sack, and it's not the best of feelings.
No doubt about it. And I tell you what, if Nicolas wasn't gassed before, if he wasn't having a hard time catching his breath before, this certainly will not help that. Man, take all the time you need, I guess. That's kind of what it is. My goodness.
And I'll tell you this much, Clay. I mean, it's hard to recover from that. If you get a good low blow like that, I mean, it can affect the fight. I wouldn't be totally against instructing some fighters to respond in kind just to even things up. If you can take a really hard shot there, I mean, you are weakened. It's like you barely brush your gut after that. It's going to hurt,
Yeah, no doubt about it, but we are right back in the action, Todd.
See what happens here. A lot of time left in this third round. And right away, San Nicolas goes for that money shot. That straight left down the middle. Oh, once again, lands a good one.
Yeah, trying to set up that left straight again.
Right here, double jab, straight right from Daniel Cobos. Scrappy Dude coming
watch
forward.
for the uppercut. San Nicolas is moving to his left, trying to set up the straights and the uppercuts.
The Aztec Warrior from Veracruz, Mexico, coming forward, swinging away.
Yeah, Todd, Scrappy Dude's chin is right up in the air right now, unfortunately. I think he might be set up here. Could just take one shot. Let's see what happens.
The 29-year-old experienced fighter.
Nicolas is trying to time it. You can see, there it was. But good timing by Cobos as he managed to duck under the straight this time.
Once again, Cobos into the takedown. This time scores with it.
Nobody said San Nicolas was trying to time the straight. So was Cobos. He was waiting on it. He ducked right underneath, got this takedown secured, trying to win this round.
He had to work for that one, Clay. And now he's enjoying this top position with a minute and change left to go.
Yeah, you can't spell Scrappy Dude without scrap, and that's what Cobos is wanting to do right here. My goodness.
There you saw Judge Patrick Patline got the best seat in the house. They are working the action right in front of him.
Absolutely, and I tell you, Todd, if that first round was a 10-8 and Cobos wins the next two, this could be a draw.
We shall see. Very hard to score a 10-8 round. And we'll see if these judges, what they gave them. You don't see them too often.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the amateur MMA level. We'll see how they score it, but 2 knockdowns in the first, I could easily see it going that way.
Cobos now enjoying top position.
And we saw there, he tried to posture up to create more room for strikes, but that was the space that San Nicolas needed to get back to this full guard. Look at the way he's leaned back on his head. I don't think he wants to transition. I think he just wants to stay here and end the round.
Short time left for these two fighters. See what happens.
Trying to transition.
Triangle attempt by Nicolas. Does he have enough time? There's a 10-second clap.
And I believe the foul threw our round clock off just a bit, but we are winding down in the third in what was a great catch-weight fight.
And Chris San Nicolas and Daniel Cobos go the distance in this catch-weight matchup. Yeah, that first round, highly unlikely they scored that one a 10-8. San Nicolas scored the 2 knockdowns. It did solid damage, but Cobos was in it enough and responded in kind enough to where it should be a solid 10-9. 10-8, we probably need a little bit more duration, more knockdowns for that to have been a 10-8, but gonna be an interesting round, fight to score. If it was 1-1 going in that third round, I probably would have to lean towards Scrappy Dude, Clay.
Yeah, I think Cobos might have taken it. If that first round wasn't a 10-8, which I'm taking your word on it, you absolutely have more experience in the Texas amateur scene than I do. But if that's the case, then I think Cobos managed to make a come from behind victory here.
Oh, heck yeah, those of you watching at home, the Astros are ahead 3-0. That is an important announcement to make. But here we get the official decision here for these two fighters. They are tallying them up as our ring announcer, I spotted him, he's across the cage from me right here, Colin Cantrell, talking with the head commissioner guy right here. Kind of brought this crowd to a silence after that announcement of the Astros being ahead 3-0. But there you see Colin Cantrell. He's got the official score in his hand, and he's making his way to the cage. And we await the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for these fighters. 3 hard-fought rounds. Go to the judges' scorecards. Our judges score the fights 30-26. 29-28 and 29-28. All 3 for your winner by unanimous decision, Chris San.
Wow.
Which judge made a liar out of me, Clay? 30-26.
30-26.
That's a 10-8 round, as you called it.
Yeah, that was a 10-8 round early, but I am curious how you score those last 2 rounds. That's
probably that same judge that gave Jeremy Milbourne that 1 round that we were talking earlier.
Well, it's not our job to criticize judges entirely, but man, sometimes you just got to question it.
Sometimes it's fun. Don't you say it's not our job? Yeah, it's part of the job, and I thoroughly am and always up to put the judges to task on their scores. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, stay with us. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We're going to have some great action. Stay with us.
We and I really like the United Way. They're what I call a tip of the sword organization. They are meeting community needs at the very tip of the sword, where people who maybe can't help themselves need help. And then we always hear the stories from the different organizations United Way gives to, about how someone was helped or how their life changed through the United Way.
Learn more ways to donate to the United Way Galveston County Mainland and your impact on the community by visiting uwgcm.org. Book your next event, wedding, quince, or party at the elegant Water Grove event venue off Interstate 45 in Dickinson, Texas. Overlooking the Dickinson Bayou, there is space for every event. From the large ballroom to the game room, there's plenty of fun activities for your guests. Visit thewatergrove.com to learn how Water Grove is the destination for you.